Hello students, this is the part 3 of chapter 6 Bhakti and Sufi traditions. So let's start. Religious traditions in North India. During the medieval period in North India, Vishnu and Shiva gods were worshipped in temples. The Rajput rulers emerged in the same time in North India. Brahmins occupied important positions in the society. Many religious leaders emerged, such as Nath, Yogi, Siddhas. Many of them came from artisan groups. These religious leaders questioned the authority of the Vedas. Next, new trends in the fabric, from Islamic traditions. The Arab merchants came along western coast and settled in the Malabar coast. The Central Asian people settled in the northwestern part of the continent. From the 7th century, there was the emergence of Islam, and the Central Asian region was called the Islamic world. Next, faiths of rulers and subjects. In 711, an Arab general named Muhammad Qasim conquered Sindh, which became the part of the Caliph's domain. In 13th century, the Turks and Afghans established the Delhi Sultanate, and it extended to South India. Islam was an acknowledged religion of rulers in several areas. This process continued with the establishment of Mughal Empire in the 16th century. Muslim rulers were guided by the ulemas. Ulemas are the Islamic scholars. Rulers ruled as per the Sharia law. Muslim leaders collected jizya tax from the non-Muslims due to their protection. Many rulers gave land donations and granted tax discount to non-Muslim religious institutions. Next, the popular practice of Islam. The peasants, artisans, merchants accepted Islam, and there were a lot of changes in the Indian subcontinent. They accepted the five principles of Islamic faith. These are the five pillars of faith, were known as first, there is one God, Allah, and Prophet Muhammad is his messenger. Second, it is offering prayers 5 times a day. Third one is giving alms. Next, fasting during the month of Ramadan. It is the fourth principle of Islam. And fifth one is the performing the pilgrimage to Mecca or Hajj. Arab Muslim traders who settled along the Malabar coast, Kerala, adopted the local language Malayalam. They also adopted local customs such as matrilineal and matrilocal residence. Some architectural features of mosques are universal, such as their orientation towards Mecca. Next, this is the picture of the five pillars of five principles of Islam. Next, different names. This is the picture of a mosque with the architectural design of medieval period. Next, different names of Muslim communities. Historians who study Sanskrit texts and inscriptions pointed out that the term Muslim or Musalman was virtually never used in India up to 14th century. Instead, they were occasionally identified in terms of the region from which they came. The Turkish rulers were designated as Turksa. Tajik were people from Tajikistan. Parasika were people from Persia. Turks and Afghans were referred to as Sakas and Yavanas. Next, this is the picture of showing the different names of the Muslim communities. Next, the growth of Sufism. Sufis are a group of religious minded people who turned to asceticism and mysticism in the protest against the growing materialism of the caliphate. They criticizing the conservative thinking methods of interpreting the Quran and Sunnah adopted by theologians. They emphasized on seeking salvation through intense devotion and love for God by following His commands. Next, Khankas and Silsilas. Sufis lived in Khankas, which was controlled by a teaching master known as Sheikh ya Pir or Mursid. He enrolled disciples ya Murids and appointed a Khalifa or successor. The word silsila means a chain, literally, signifying a continuous link between masters and disciple or mursid. Special rituals of initiation were developed. Next, outside the Khanka, some mystics initiated movements. Many of them left the Khankas and took to mendicancy and observed celibacy. So this is the part today we have come to know. Next parts later we will discuss. Thank you.